guys, this is Lord Chael speaking on behalf of our show sponsor, Established Titles. Established Titles is a project based on a Scottish custom where landowners are referred to as lords and ladies. They allow you to buy as little as 1 square foot of dedicated land so you can officially call yourself a lord or a lady. Established Titles is not just about your ego. You also get to do some good. In addition to your new fancy title, Established Title supports global charities like One Tree Planet and Trees for the Future to help with the afforestation effort. Your title pack gets you at least 1 square foot of dedicated land in a private estate in Scotland. Your certificate features a unique plot number where you can see the exact location of your land. And right now, Established Titles is holding 200 plots of land right next to mine. So come join me in the Bad Guy Inc. Kingdom. Getting this certificate even allows you to officially change your name to Lord or Lady. Put it on your credit card, put it on your plane tickets, or if you're so inclined, put it on your dating profile. Makes for a great last-minute gift, and there's even couples packs that come with adjoining plots of land. Established Titles is having a great limited-time sale. Go to establishedtitles.com/Chael to save 10% off today. Remember to use the promo code Chael, or just click on the link below. Paulo Costa not happy with his contract. Now, this isn't new, guys. Like, we've heard Paulo speak about this. He's been pretty open. But he's even said, once this contract is up, I'm going to go box. Go over to boxing. He was at a boxing show over the weekend. Maybe that's a little bit of what inspired him. He was out there in Arizona with Paul and Anderson. I'm guessing, they threw a cameo to him, getting ready to fight Robert Whittaker. Now, that's a very hard match, and there would be a lot on that. Particularly if you're not all in. And if I understood the story correctly, I got to preface it with that. There was a little bit of a language barrier as I was reading this, and it was real close. But my understanding of what I read is that this is his last fight with Robert Whittaker. His contract will be up. So essentially, it's a situation that we've heard of many times where the guy is betting on himself. If he wins and goes out on top and enters free agency, he's a greater value to come back and talk even to that organization, which in this case is the UFC. This is how I'm understanding it. And there's not a lot new here. I can recall Paulo Costa being in a similar situation, and the same opponent was Robert Whittaker. It had to do with an ABC fight. UFC got it on ABC. I mean, you're going to have more eyeballs on you. What an opportunity. And they were going to main event Paulo Costa and Robert Whittaker. In fact, for perspective for you guys, that was the night they ended up doing Calvin Kattar versus Max Holloway. But Paulo wasn't kidding around. He wasn't bluffing. He was serious. He didn't like where the contract was at. He didn't complain about the opponent. But he was in one of these spots and he brought it to our attention, but it went a little bit further. Instead of just saying the words, I don't want to do it for this, he actually did not do it. The opportunity come and gone years ago. Here we are revisiting that exact same match. Now, I'm not sharing an opinion with you guys. I'm not sharing anything. I'm just telling you about the article. I'm setting the stage. I think that it is very interesting. When a guy's in a contract dispute and he brings us in on it, sometimes there is some real interest in terms of, imagine you got to go in there and you got to fight in the main event. Do you know how tired? Do you know how hard just preparation is? How exhausting that type of scenario? But now you're doing it against Robert Whittaker. Small handful of 5, definitely. Greatest ever. Oh, by the way, this isn't back in yesteryear when he was in his prime. No, it's right now. He's in his prime. Like, that's a really hard night to then put on your shoulders that if this goes wrong, I don't have a job to come to tomorrow. I don't have a contract. I'm going all in. We found that out, guys, after Francis's fight was surreal, but it was very compelling. My goodness, it made you look at the performance different, too. Made the whole fight look different. To know what he was going through mentally. Different example. Different scenario, same example, Paddy the Baddy's last fight. And he reveals to us afterwards about the loss of this human being. And he went in there and had to compete with that. He had to go through press week. He had to put on a different face. He had to make, wait a minute, there's something to it. There's something, wow. You overcame a lot. So Paulo Costa's going through this. Now, I will never stop, like the day won't come until one of them makes some money. If one of them succeed, and of them is MMA fighters who stop MMA to go into boxing, if one of them makes some money, I'll stop. And I only need one. I mean, I really would. If one guy did it, we could hold on to that 7, 8, 9, 10 years. Then I'll probably have to need to see it again. But we haven't found that one guy. And please don't tell me Conor McGregor. That's not what that was. That's you not understanding what that was. So, by example, if a fighter, maybe Paulo specifically, handsome as Paulo is, he's young, he's charismatic, right? When he gets going and loosens up, some of that stuff he did with Ariel post-Chimaev, I mean, charisma, that's the word you wish that you had. Not a lot of guys that actually have it, right? Where Simon Cowell talks as the it factor. I mean, just in fairness, Paulo Costa got some very nice blessings, didn't he? If he said, I'm going to leave this and I'm going to go make movies, well, they make money in movies. Stars do. He said, I'm going to leave this and I'm going to go into a hedge fund. I got a great position over there. Well, those guys make a lot of money. I mean, if it's about the money, I would understand that. Go to boxing. Who's made money in boxing? What are you talking about, the boxing? What money in boxing? Who are you going to box? If you never get those specifics, right? I don't give Paulo a hard time. I'm just, in general. You never hear a specific. Like IBA or IBF or WBC or WBO or Joe Mama. Like we don't ever hear anything like that. We don't hear who the opponent's going to be. We don't hear the backstory that you had with them, which you would need for a big fight, which brings you the money. We don't get any detail ever. Never in the history of it ever have we gotten the detail. We just are told boxing. And it's a strange goal. If you dreamed of being a boxer, I would think that you would already be boxing. If those were the ranks you wanted to come up, and that was the community that you wanted to be recognized and respected by and attach yourself to and be part of. I would just think that you would have already done it. You certainly know the people. Got no problem with the hard work. The athleticism's been proven. And I would feel less compelled to ever speak about or second guess another guy's decision. I would. If he was going to leave this to then go into something that clearly pays a lot of money, where other guys had did it. I'll stand just by the simple example of I'm going to go into showbiz. I'm going to go into movies. I'm going to go be a star. Actually got an opportunity, something with The Rock. You would have my attention, and I would believe that you're going to succeed. And I would believe that you've got some details, and I would believe that you could do it, and you're going to show me you got a plane ticket and a place reserved, and you're headed out to Hollywood. Like I wouldn't question these things. I would look forward to knowing more about it. Get behind you when the movie comes. But I don't hear anything like this. I don't hear people are going to go into, it's about the money. They're going to go into boxing. What MMA guy has gone to boxing and makes money? What promoter is out there or manager is telling these guys, hey, I can get you fill in the blank? Because if he can, he would have. And if he would have, you'd answer my question, who did he do it for? So what is it about money and boxing? Who is it that's done it? What example are you copying? Who's telling you these things? If you would like to leave fighting and you'd like to go make money, please start setting your goals and telling us, the audience, about a profession you're going to go into where people have made money.